Hi guys, I'm back again, and today I am really excited. I've never done this, but we are going to make plastic from milk. Yes, you heard me right, plastic from milk. I've never tried this, so I really am excited to see if it works. So what you need is milk, 1 cup, and the lower fat, the better. So I have 1%, but you can use 2%. Either or, you can use white vinegar or some lemon juice, and cheesecloth or a strainer. Either way, you're gonna need some paper towels, probably a bunch of paper towels for this. And then you don't have to use a mold. I actually have Christmas mold, another one of my favorites besides Disney's Christmas. So I have Christmas molds just to see if it works, but you can actually form it with your fingers too. So this is known as casein plastic, and it was used over 100 years ago. And it was how they made plastic before 1945 when synthetic plastics were introduced. I was reading up about it, and it said that even royalty wore jewelry made from milk plastic. So I'm excited to see how this goes. So the first thing you're going to do is 1 cup of milk. And the person that made this, they had molds that were little Legos. So think of like your little Legos, the people. 1 cup, she said, was enough to make 4 of those. So if you want to do more, then double it. And there's the math and the steam. All right, so you're going to take 1 cup of milk, and you're going to heat it either in the microwave or on the stove. Make sure mom or dad help you until it just starts to steam. Not boil, and you don't want to burn it, so it just starts to steam, and then take it off. So I'm going to go do that and be back. Okay, so it just started to steam, and I took it off the heat. Now, I'm going to add lemon juice. It says you can use vinegar, and I have both, but I only have a very little bit of vinegar, and I'm going to use that for a different step. So, 4 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. And it also said it's okay if you make a mistake and you add too many, it just will make it smell more lemony. One thing I read, if you use chocolate milk, it'll smell really good. You can make it with chocolate milk too. Okay, so now you want to kind of look into this, honey, if you can. So this is where the action is happening. We have to stir it very gently, and you can see it happening right away. And this is called curds and whey. Doesn't look very good. So you have to stir very slowly and gently, it says. And you want to stir it for a minute to make the reaction fully happen. This is chemistry, science. And what's happening is there's different atoms, and it's just a big long explanation about chains, and they're changing so that a chemical reaction is happening, and it's changing the milk and the lemon water into this. Wow. So, has that been like a minute, Tina? Did you watch? Mm-hmm. Okay. I just want to make sure. So there's really nothing left in there to get rid of. So now what we want to do is you want to strain off we want to strain off the liquid. So I have this right here. And I'm going to strain the liquid. Thank you. All right, and you want to get as much as you can out of it. So I'm smushing it, and then once you've got most of it drained off of it this way, let me turn it over. You can see if I can get more out. Now you want to put it. I have a layer of paper towels. I'm going to put it on that, and going to keep smushing it and patting it, trying to remove as much liquid as you can. And you might have to replace the bottom paper towels, or this. I'm just going to move it over here where there's some dry. You want to get as much of that liquid out of it. All right, and squish it. Okay, so now, will you get me, I forgot to get a bowl. Will you pause it for me? Okay, I forgot my bowl. So there are two things you can do here. You can now take this and put it into your molds. Or it's a little crumbly. I have to read this because I've never made this. So it says that you can soak them in vinegar for an hour. And when you're done, it'll be smoother. So once we do that, we're going to have to squish out the liquid again. I'm going to try it that way. So that's why I saved my vinegar, because I only have a little. So I'm going to pour some vinegar. You don't have to measure. And I'm going to soak this. There you go. You see it? I'm going to soak that for 1 hour because I want it to be smoother and it'll be brighter. And if you want, this is the point. If you want to color the whole thing, you can add a couple drops of food coloring and it will color your milk plastic. So I'll be back in an hour after this. All right, so we're back. Now, while I was waiting for the vinegar and to sit and wait for the hour, I was thinking about, because this is chemistry, and besides doing all these great STEAM videos and coming to see you guys on Zoom and all of that I love, I'm also working with my 8th grade daughter, Madison, and we're doing chemistry right now. So there's a lot that we've been learning. But just a simple way to put this is the chemical reaction that's happening is because milk has molecules of casein. And when it's warmed, they react with the acid in the lemon juice or the vinegar, whichever you put in it. And they create polymer. And that can be molded and shaped, which makes it a plastic. And I just wanted to explain that a little bit for you. So now that this has been sitting for an hour, we have to do the same thing. So I'm going to take it out. And we have to pat it down and get it as dry as possible, because that will speed up your process of drying it for when you want to be able to mold to play, so that it'll be hard. So we want to squish it and get as much as we can out. Just trying to use different parts of the paper towels that are dry. And it's really still a lot wet. And really just squish on that. Get as much as you can. Let me try pressing one more time, see how much comes out. Okay, so now is the fun part of molding it. I didn't add food coloring in the vinegar because I want to tell you that you can paint it when you're done. So that's why I kept mine white. But remember, I said you could have put food coloring in and you could color it then. So you can do anything. If you have molds, you can put it in molds. If you don't have molds, you can mold it like Play-Doh yourself. So I'm going to try a couple things. I'm going to put one in this mold with the star. I'm going to push it in there. And let's see, hopefully this works well. And what else do I want? This is all Christmas. I don't want any snow, but I think we have enough here. We'll put some in this little, I think it's a penguin guy. I want to get all of it in there, filled up. Now, it has to sit in the molds for 24 hours, and then you can pop them out, but they still have to dry for another 24 at least. It all depends on how much moisture you got out. So it takes about 2 days for them to dry. Could take longer if it's too wet. So, all right, so I have those two there, and then I'm going to try making something on my own. I'm going to try to make a bead. So I'm going to try to roll it. It's kind of crumbly still, even though we put it in the vinegar. I don't know. Maybe it won't be such a circly bead. I don't know. Trying to get it like round. I can't roll it like Play-Doh though, unfortunately. Can't imagine how long it took for them to make intricate designs of jewelry. But I'm just gonna try to do the best I can. Maybe it won't be a round bead. It'll be kind of like a flat circle-ish shape. And I can paint it and add designs. I'm gonna use a straw to make the hole in the middle. It's not as sticks together as well as Play-Doh does, so I don't know. We'll see. You can also, it said roll it, and you can use cookie cutters. So you can do something like that if you want, if you don't have any of the silicone molds. I don't know what else to do. You have any ideas? It's not sticking like I had hoped. So I don't know how it's going to work as a jewelry. I can't imagine. This must have taken a long time for them. You know what? Let me grab a toothpick. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so I didn't like the way that bead was coming out. It's still crumbly. And like I've told you so many times, I'm excited, but this is my first time ever trying it. I even took a toothpick and tried to roll a little ball, but when I pushed it through, it crumbled. So instead, I'm going to flatten a piece out, and I'm going to try to make a shape like this and see if that will work. So this is just a little cookie cutter, flattened. You can make it as thick as you want. You know what? I wonder if I put, if I put a hole in it here, maybe that'll dry with the hole opening. It's very crumbly. So, I'll try to get that out. All right, maybe I can try to make one more of those stars. I don't know, maybe you could have big star necklace. Maybe they didn't make small things, they did bigger jewelry to make it work better. I don't know. So, I don't know, but that's science and that's STEAM and that's what we do. We experiment, try, go back, try again. So, I'm going to let this set up some, and then I'm going to try to maybe put a hole through it. Okay, so these have to stay for 2 days to dry and harden. Or it could be longer, like I said, depending on how much moisture is still in yours. So I'm going to leave them, but the ones that are in this silicone mold, tomorrow I'm going to pop them out so that they'll continue to dry. It'll help dry them a little quicker when they're just out in the air instead of in the mold. So I will be back and we'll see what this looks like in 2 days. All right, we're back after 2 days. So I took them out of this mold after 1 day and just put everything on top of the foil. So unfortunately, when I was moving it, this one didn't work well. It broke apart. It wasn't formed well. This was that star that I tried to put it through. However, if you look closely, like this one came right out of this part of the mold. This has all the details it's a snowflake. And here's the little penguin. But I want to show you. So look at how much it shrinks up. Can you see? How much? So when I put it in, and in the 2 days as it's dried, that's how much it's shrunken down. Now, it's a little rougher on the edges, so what you can do is you can file it, if you have like a nail file or sandpaper or something, and then you can paint it. Because remember, these I didn't do food coloring in. So you can paint it and then have mom or dad spray it with like a clear coat finish, and they're good. They're for you to keep. They really are hard, guys. This one is a little damp, I think, in the middle, so I'm not going to really try to bend it because I might be able to. I'll give it a few more days of hardening. But this one, like, as hard as I can try to squeeze, it's not breaking. So, does it work? Yes. That being said, so the recipe I got it from, she said she made 3 or 4 of those little Legos. I don't know how. So I think if I was going to do this again, I would double or triple the recipe and then make them thicker, because I noticed like this is so much thicker and it's really, really hard. But even this star that we made the hole through, I could now put some string through it, paint it, and make it into a necklace. So if you make anything, I would love to see it. I hope you have fun. If anything, I definitely had fun doing this because I've never, ever heard of or tried to make plastic from milk. All right, guys, I'll see you again soon. Bye.